Welcome back to House on Carrion Hill, House of Bob's cosmic horror adventure played in Pathfinder 2nd Edition in the Galarian campaign setting.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm playing Willen Dappen, the gnome wizard.
Hi, I'm Janette. I'm playing Bimpkin, the long snout rat oracle.
Hey, I'm Shubert. I am playing Knib-Knub, the razor-tooth goblin fighter.
I'm Trevor, and I'll be playing Theobald, the orc investigator.
And I'm Shaun, your game master. If you like what we do and you want to support the show, visit us at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. Last time on House on Carrion Hill, the heroes fought tooth and nail, bringing all of their power to bear on Keeper Crove and his minion Zhezhek. Now, with the Keeper felled, the heroes consider their next moves against the spawn of Yog-Sothoth. So last time, you guys were able to defeat the last two of these dangerous foes that you came to face in the asylum. And you leveled up.
Yay!
Woo! Congratulations. For defeating Crove, I'm also going to give everybody a hero point for the session, so you should be starting today with 2 hero points.
Yay!
Amazing.
Additionally, Willen is still bleeding out, sliced by Zhezhek's razor blade. Willen, blood is just pouring from this semi-spiral wound on your chest. What do you do?
Guys, how do I stop this?
I've got some gross healing potions. You can have those.
I have my own. I'm going to take one.
All right.
I don't know if it'll stop the bleed, but I'm going to try.
Just pour it all over.
All right. I used a healing potion minor, and that gave me a total of 4 hit points.
All right. You stop bleeding.
Yay!
Oh, nice. It worked.
It did. That's weird. I guess magic, baby.
See, I'm so smart.
You know, you think I'd know this. I'm a wizard.
You'd think.
You were a town wizard responsible for the healing of multiple people in your town, from what I can tell, according to your backstory.
I outsourced the bottles. Had an upcharge of like 30%.
All right, so you're no longer in initiative now that Willen is no longer dying. The dead bodies of Zhezhek.
Wait, I would like to cast a heal, but I was waiting for my turn like a good person.
Yeah, I was going
Right.
to just douse him with
I'm
healing
just going to let
potions.
the floodgates open on actions in a second here anyway. So you've got the bodies of Zhezhek, Crove, and the Chaos Beast, known as the Wolf, lie in this hallway all around you. You're still in the basement of Crove Asylum. What do you do?
I still had actions left, so can I use that to try to throw up again?
Yeah, that's a fortitude save, I think.
Yeah, my +1 better fortitude save. Let's hurl! No, I can't. I just can't
Fail.
do it, man.
You need a 23.
Oh my goodness.
Do you want me
Okay.
to stick my fingers
Yeah.
down your throat? It could work.
Let's use Theo. He has longer fingers.
Yeah, somebody could do a medicine check to aid you.
Yes, here, let me see. Put your head back.
Okay.
18 medicine check.
That is enough for a +2 on his next roll.
Okay.
Bimpkin just kind of taps your back lightly and says, there. Feel better soon.
I'm trying to feel worse, so I throw up.
Can Knib-Knub administer a healing potion, or is that not how it works? He has to drink it himself.
Technically, if he's sickened, he's not supposed to be allowed to drink anything, but whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense.
Oh my gosh.
I poured it
That's
in my
brutal.
open wound.
He's got the +2 from being aided, and so now Dan has to roll another fortitude save
Yeah.
with the +2
Can I just cast some healing?
to heal everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, the way he's throwing up, everybody gather around me.
Hell yeah. Watch this.
I hate that this is an actual
Oh.
mechanic.
Did we all have to gather at that moment when you rolled a nat 20 on throwing up?
Wow. It's amazing.
I've been holding it in for it feels like hours, but it was really only like 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, we've heard.
It takes practice.
It's a sight to behold.
So how much healing there, Bimpkin?
11 hit points for everyone.
Nice.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So how's everybody doing, and how does level 6 feel for each of you? Let's start with Trevor. Theobald gets what at level 6?
Theobald increases hit points, has an improved AC. It just feels like getting out of that battle, just for like, I'm not strong now, but I could be stronger after a long rest. And I got fancy moves. So I get to show off my fighting style, and that discourages foes. So I get to do a performance check to demoralize, which I'm hoping I can use against a beast from a different realm. They'll just be like, I can't bust a move like that. And then I also got Scalpel's Point as a class feat, which is sort of like if I use a devise a stratagem, I get to apply extra damage if I'm using a piercing or slashing tool, which, after this entire campaign of using my Fists of Mighty Blows, I realized the advantage of using a sword. So I'm just going to stick to that, I think, for a little while.
So if you critically hit, you will cause the opponent to bleed.
Nice.
Oh, I see that fine print. Yeah, you're a good DM. I just sort of glossed over it all and was like, I get to do stuff. That's great. But yeah, when I critical hit, your stratagem benefits from precise knowledge of anatomy.
Oh. So don't throw any healing potions at Willen, is what we're saying.
Yeah, excited about that.
What about Knib-Knub, our little goblin friend?
So Knib-Knub is now up to 84 max hit points. I'm at 23 AC now. And I've got 2 new feats, Shatter Defenses. So this is when a creature is frightened, I can make a melee strike against them, and if it hits, they become flat-footed as well. So that seemed pretty good, since I'm always trying to frighten people.
Yeah, double up the debuff. Nice.
And I also got Combat Climber. So this one just seemed to make sense, because it says, basically, like, you can climb and fight at the same time. And I feel like that's just something that Knib-Knub should be able to do anyway.
Cool.
That does suit him.
Does suit him. Bimpkin, what'd you get?
Bimpkin got a class feat. I took a Bespell Weapon, so I can basically suck in some of the magical energy I used for my last spell to enchant my weapon and do some extra damage. And I also took No Cause for Alarm as my skill feat. So if people are frightened, I have a chance to, I think it's reduce it by 1. Yeah. So if everybody's frightened 1 or 2, I can reduce it a bit. And for my spell, I took Impending Doom.
Oh,
Bimpkin naturally is always sensing doom, so I felt like that fit.
sounds ominous.
It is quite ominous. And I won't reveal what it does until perhaps I get an opportunity to use it.
Right on. And last but not least, Mr. Willen Dappen.
Mm-hmm. So I took Detonating Spell. This seemed appropriate because it allows me to do splash damage without having to actually throw anything. So now I can hurt Knib-Knub anytime I want, really.
Yeah.
Pain for
You just do
everyone.
splash damage with everything you do, basically.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, actually. Like If you cast a spell that only targets one creature and I hit with it, it'll basically explode and splash all around. So
Great.
And that just makes that spell cost 1 more action to cast, right?
is that true?
Yeah, that's exactly
Shit.
what it is.
Okay.
If you're casting a 2-action spell, like Fire Ray or Produce Flame or something like that, you just spend 1 additional action. So instead of being a 2-action spell, it's a 3-action spell, but now it splashes everybody.
Okay. So I can choose to bump it up, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can choose when to hurt Knib-Knub, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. It's optional.
You thought you could just hurt me for free.
Yeah, I
So
know. but
excited.
now I have choices to make. And I also took Fane's Escape, which is the coward's way out. So basically I draw a deck of cards and flutter it out into an explosion. And it briefly allows me to become hidden, and then I can basically hide and sneak away.
Great. So this is how Willen is going to avoid the TPK.
What he's going to do is he's going to splash damage Knib-Knub. And then when Knib-Knub turns around to see who did it, he'll just flash his card and disappear.
Yeah. I'm basically just
Sucker.
like, I took some skills in like magician instead. So now, instead of just being a straight up wizard, I do like street magic.
Love it.
Close up magic.
Finally starting to discover what it is you want to do in life.
And do you want to tell us what 2 spells you added to your spell book?
I took haste, which just makes sense. And then I also took... Did I add another one?
Maybe you forgot. So you do have another choice if you want to add one more spell as we are proceeding to the next part of this adventure.
Okay, I'll be adding to that momentarily then.
All right. These level 6 adventurers in the basement of Crove's Asylum, what do you do?
Knib-Knub is going to offer Willen some of his healing potions because he actually doesn't want to drink them at all. He thinks they're really gross. So,
yeah, sure. What flavors you got?
I've got the minor
Buckley's.
gross flavor and the lesser gross flavor.
Okay, what colors are they?
They're both red.
Hawaiian Punch, you got it.
What? The lessers are 2d8 plus 5, and the minors are just 1d8. You're hurt pretty bad, right? So
I'm at 41 out of 56. I'm not terrible now.
Oh, okay.
But that one would probably get me up to full, so I could take that.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you one of the lessers.
Nice.
And then Knib-Knub is going to try to drink a couple of the minor ones to get him back to full.
Theobald, how are you doing? Are you hurt?
Yeah. After gaining some HP through Bimpkin's magical assist, I'm at 43 hit points out of a maximum of 76.
And do you have any healing potions that you want to use?
I do have healing potions.
Are you sure you don't want to use some of these? Because I just had some and they're gross.
How many do you have?
I've got 2 of the minors and 2 of the lessers now.
Yeah, I have 2 lesser, I have 2 minor, and I have 1 moderate.
Whoa.
So I think maybe you hold on to some of your gross tasting healing potions, and I'll drink some of my gross tasting healing potions because I don't want to take all of yours, you know.
Okay. So I'm still imagining we might have to fight our way out.
Oh, absolutely.
And even now, as the silence kind of has borne itself out with the end of this battle, you start to hear those distant shouts and mumbles and screams starting to perk back up as the stillness falls back over the asylum.
After hearing that sound break the silence, I'm going to have another healing potion.
All right. I took another spell,
What'd you pick?
but I'm not going to tell you what it is. It'll be a surprise.
How's Willen doing for spells?
I'm not terrible. I actually haven't used any of my 3rd level spells.
I've used all of my 3rd.
I have
Oh,
a couple
no.
second.
Mm-hmm.
I think Theobald, as we are in the hallways gathering ourselves and sort of quickly healing, I think Theobald was the only one that saw through the doorway at the end of the hall.
That's right.
I want to quickly go back and investigate that because from what I recall, it didn't look like the rest of the building. And that might mean a potential escape from the building.
All right, Theobald, you lead everyone back to the south through this door that Crove flung open, that the Chaos Beast tumbled through. And you come into what looks to have been a much larger cell, the back wall of which is ripped out, opening into a large water-filled sinkhole. White stone pillars support the dripping fungus-caked ceiling above. There's a steeply sloped rubble floor that mostly surrounds this dark lake of water. At the eastern end of the chamber, a single work stone room remains, although the floor and walls are beginning to crumble away into the sinkhole. You take a look around, and you find nothing aside from what look to be claw marks and bludgeon marks on the edges of the walls from what you assume to have been this trapped chaos beast.
Well, that's a dead end.
Should we go?
Yeah. I don't think this is going to get us anywhere we need to go.
Worthless.
Yeah.
We should check out those bodies. We didn't look at the bodies, right?
No, we didn't.
Let's loot.
So the chaos beast has nothing. It's just this amorphous blob of now splattered gore.
Gross.
Zezek has his razor blade, which upon looking at it, it looks like it's very well taken care of, but otherwise not very special or particularly well made. And when you look at Crove's body, you see he has his very ornate dagger, the handle of which bears that counterclockwise spiral that you've been seeing all over the place. As well, He has what appears to be maybe a holy symbol around his neck bearing the same symbol. Additionally, there is a potion on his belt, like a greenish blue color.
Hey, Knib-Knub,
Yeah?
I dare you to slam it.
Don't do that.
Dare you slam
That
that
potion?
Don't. No.
Like onto the ground?
Yeah,
No, in
it's
your
bad.
mouth.
Bad tasting. No, you don't want to taste
That would
it.
probably hurt my mouth if I slammed it into my mouth.
It's
Yes.
a saying.
What does it mean?
It means
Willen-
drink really, really fast.
Stop
Okay.
what you're doing.
Looks good. Knib-Knub takes a whiff. What does it smell like?
Do you have arcana, nature, occult, or religion?
Trained? No.
Then you have no idea. It smells like daffodils.
It smells
All right.
like pretty flowers. Should I drink it?
I do an Arcana check on it. I got a 32.
You determine that this potion is a potion of flying.
Oh, you totally should have drunk it. This will make you fly, dude. You'd be able to
Whoa.
fly.
Save it for the right time.
Okay.
Upon drinking this effervescent concoction, you gain a fly speed of 40 feet for 1 minute.
Hey, Theo. Is it time? Is it the right time?
Right now is not the right time.
Why?
Come on, Willen.
Can we share it? Can we all take a little bit and we won't fly, but we'll jump really high?
We'll all fly a quarter of the speed.
No, we'll just float like an inch off the ground.
Yeah, it works that way, right?
No.
I am a wizard. Yes, it does.
I don't trust you. Knib-Knub, he's like kind of staring at the body, and he looks at that necklace you described with the weird imprint
spiral
on it. Yeah, the weird spiral. He has a sudden thought in his brain that maybe this thing will go after whatever has the spiral on. And so he takes the necklace and puts it on himself.
Okay.
Dang, Knib-Knub, you're looking fly as hell.
Oh, really? Thanks. It's the first time I've accessorized.
I mean, do the teeth not count as an accessory?
That's a
I
weapon.
guess you're right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's more utility, though.
Maybe just these enhancements.
Yeah.
Mm.
It can be both.
Should we search this place or should we just leave?
I want to leave and go get some sleep.
Yeah. Theobald's ready to go rest because Theobald feels like we're in for it. There's nothing left but an invisible monster to have to fight. The thing that these morons brought forth. And it's on its way. It's here. It's somewhere.
Sorry, who's taking the potion?
Oh, I feel like Knib-Knub should have it.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like daffodils, right? You love daffodils.
I love eating flowers.
I knew it. See?
All right, I've added that to your sheet for you, Knib-Knub.
Thank you.
That he loves to eat flowers? Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that in my backstory.
Let it be known.
Let it be known. So the four of you are leaving.
Yes.
So you make your way back up the stairs that you had done before. You work your way through these hallways, the screams of and shouts of the asylum's inmates echoing around you as you make your way back to the side door.
Do we just leave these people here?
I was thinking we could let him out.
I think maybe we should send the town guard to come address this.
Yeah, unleash them on the town sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. Without the proper care and attention, these people just be more of a problem. But I agree that we should not ignore them. We should tell the mayor.
Yes.
Because the mayor is in charge of the city and the well-being of its people, right?
True.
These just happen to be people who are confined.
Right, and then he'll come over and let him out and unleash them.
If that's, the way the mayor rolls, that's the way the mayor rolls.
Good.
All right, well, you emerge from Crove's asylum. Those cries of the insane fade away as the door slams shut behind you. The sky above is dark with heavy storm clouds that just look like they're quivering in the sky, waiting to unleash their rain and thunder and lightning. You see the sloped roofs and steeples of the city around you. You are at the crown of the city, just a few blocks away from the cathedral, from Rag Manor. You know that maybe a 20-minute walk beyond that, you could get back to the 7-ton Matic. Where do you go?
Mayor or inn? What are you guys thinking?
Let's go to the mayor and then the inn. We'll tell the mayor what we've done.
Yeah, I was saying the same.
We can sleep at the mayor's, right?
We'll talk to the mayor first, and then we'll go have, we can role play some dinner and go to bed.
I like that.
I just want to go to bed, but okay. I guess food would be good.
You can bring the food to bed with you.
So you go to Rag Manor, and as you approach the front gate, the guards are in a fluster. There is a number of people begging to be let in through the gates, a huge crowd, just a mob, essentially, demanding of the guards that they be let in, screaming, shouting. Some of them are starting to throw food. The guards appear to have the manor on lockdown. You can see past the crowd there. The guards are probably nearing a state of panic. They look quite nervous with this large crowd gathering.
I'd like to talk to one of the angry townsfolk.
What? Who are you?
It does not matter. I just simply
You're a
want...
stranger in the town, aren't you? This is them, strangers. They're probably bringing all the trouble. And then, like, a small group of people at the edge of around him all start to turn towards him, like, rabble, rabble.
Tom steps in and but I use a feat called No Cause for Alarm. In an attempt to reduce panic, I attempt a diplomacy check
You have this as well?
Oh, no, we both took the same one.
for a 10-foot radius
Okay.
of people who are frightened.
Okay, make your diplomacy
we'll
check.
see. Theobald sort of steps in and rolls a natural 1 and basically stutters a little bit and then just like punches the guy.
You could hero point.
Yeah, I too am a stranger.
Bam.
Are we all just kind of strangers?
Theobald pushes Willen out of the way. He says, "Don't talk to my friend like that," and cold cocks this old man across the chin. He drops to the ground, like, crying. The mob of people there, like, lean over, like, "You had just beating up this old man." This young woman comes forward. She's got fury in her eyes. "If you're not going to try and help this situation, you just get out of here."
Do you want me to bite her, Tom?
No, we should probably just go. We should just go. We'll tell the mayor later.
I think they let me in. Like, should we go up to the guards and just see if we can get in?
You're going to have to get past the mob if you want to get to the guards.
Yeah, there's a mob in between us and the guards.
All right. Theo, get your fists ready.
Knib-Knub will scare them away. He's pretty good at being scary.
All right, guys, give her.
Okay, so he's going to try and intimidate this mob out of the way.
Yeah.
Can I also intimidate, like give an assist to Knib-Knub?
No, you've done something already.
Oh, okay, all right.
You've
all right,
done
all right.
enough.
Yeah.
What's scarier than punching an old man? Unprovoked.
Bimpkin's going to kind of step away from you guys, like he's not really with you. And he sort of just starts hanging out with the rest of the crowd.
Knib-Knub has a feat called Intimidating Glare, where he can just intimidate people with a single glare. He kind of pushes Tom aside a bit, and he just stands kind of in the middle of the mob that's encroaching on all of us. And he just stares them all down with, like, a psychotic look in his eyes. His eyes are twitching out, and his teeth are, like, trembling, like ready to bite everyone.
The crazy eye.
And I'm going to roll for it. 22.
At first, those near to you kind of freeze up as they see this frightening goblin with his mechanical-looking jaw standing there, death staring them. And silence begins to roll through the crowd until eventually the whole group is nudging each other like, there's heroes, they're back there. And they all start to part. And eventually, after a moment or two, the crowd begins to disperse. A couple of them giving your group dirty glares, but most hanging their heads in shame and fear as they walk away. The guards step over to you. You can see we're sweating bullets. They've given off this, like, anxiety stench as they approach you. "Oh, Thank you. We didn't know what we were going to do. They were about to force their way through the gates.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I would have bit all of them. So, good thing they left.
Fortunately, it didn't come to such terrible, terrible violence. It would have been difficult to explain to the mayor.
Indeed.
Hard to call ourselves heroes when you do that.
Thank you, too. They would have run roughshod over us, and probably we would have had a hard time. Hopefully I get to say hello to my son once again tonight.
All right, enough with the thanks
can
already.
we get in, dude?
Jeez.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes, of course.
We know we're heroes.
Let me tell you more about my life story as I lead you to the gate.
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
I signed up for P90X the other day. Didn't get the DVDs in time.
What are you talking
I
about?
would have been way stronger if I'd had them, and I probably could have fought off
Yeah,
half
sure,
of them
buddy.
all myself.
That takes like 3 months, man.
If only I had my P90X. Well, the DVDs hadn't arrived yet. Don't have it on streaming.
Yeah, Theobald looks at the other guard. It's like, oh.
Anyway, here we are.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, we'll let ourselves in. We've been here before.
The door swings open, and you enter Rag Manor. You make your way through the familiar halls, past the tapestries and flags that mark the generations that have come before. And as you enter into the Great Hall, you see Mayor Heggery, his head buried in a stack of maps and books, his daughter playing in a corner of the room with a little toy horse. He looks up as you come in. You can see that he looks as though he's not slept in the 3 days since you have last met with him. Gray-faced, big, heavy bags. He looks up to you. Welcome back. Please tell me good news.
Yeah, we got mostly good news.
Okay.
Crove is dead.
Yeah, like all those guys we said we were going to kill. Yeah, they did.
The cultists, you defeated them.
Yeah, they're all gone, man.
Oh, good. Things are beginning to get out of control. The townsfolk are losing faith in our ability to keep the peace. The creature has destroyed several more buildings, including the church on Elm Way and several small shops along the way as well. Will we be ready to take the fight to it? How do you intend to track it down?
I was kind of hoping you would be able to help with that.
Actually, I thought it was just going to come to us.
Well, it has no reason to come to us anymore. Well, it never had a reason to come to us.
That's a good point. You're
It had
right.
a reason to go to the cultists, but I don't know. Like, I was hoping like your network of soldiers and stuff would be able to like pinpoint it for us.
We may just have to go looking for it ourselves.
Well, it's attacking buildings, right?
Yes.
Is there like a particular order that you've noticed or something interesting about how it strikes?
A church and a couple shops? What were the shops?
A baker's shop, a bookstore, 2 residences. Here, look, I'll show you the map. He shows you a map of the town that he has marked and scrawled on where a number of attacks have taken place. As you're taking a look at the map, I'll get you guys to roll a society check or survival.
Knib-Knub got a 10.
Okay.
Theobald rolled a 23.
Okay. And Bimpkin?
24.
Willen?
Willen got a 26.
Okay, 26, 24, 23, and 10. The 3 of you that are capable of reading.
Hey!
I'm assuming. I'm making a wild and baseless assumption, I'm sorry. 3 of you that are interested in reading.
I just don't like it. It's bad.
It's bad. 3 of you that are interested in reading do see that there appears to be a vague spiral shape to the attacks, centered on Keeper Marchand's house, the very first building to have been attacked.
Is it spiraling outwards?
Spiraling outwards from this central point. What does this mean?
Where does the trajectory going? Like if we're following the arc of the spiral, what part of the town will this arc lead us to? Is it going to lead us to the docks, or is it going to lead us to another church? Like significant points that we should be mindful of.
The spiral appears to, because it did start in the Tangles, have attacks that took place in the Tangles and then coming up towards the Crown and then away from the Crown back through the Tangles down to the Filth. You can see that there was a strike at Ruppman Myers vats. The building is now probably even more destroyed than when you left it. It does appear as though the trajectory of the curve is going to come back around towards the crown again. So, while not the smallest area, it is a denser area. The major landmarks here are things like Crove's Asylum, the Reg Manor, the Ossuary Church across the square, as well as just this large gathering area in the town square that just a couple days ago had hundreds of people all celebrating the Day of Bones.
All right.
How often is the creature attacking?
Anywhere between 4 and 8 hours.
When was the last attack?
My guards have told me that just an hour ago it attacked this location here. And he points at a spot in the tangles.
How long is a long rest?
8 hours.
So we'd be risking a second attack.
Yeah.
I'm willing to roll the dice.
I think we make camp in the building next to building it should strike, and try to get 8 hours. If not, it doesn't work out. We fight, but maybe.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No time for dinner roleplay, though, sorry.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Maybe the mayor
All right.
can, Uber us some dinner over to our little stakeout.
Yeah.
I can absolutely have some rations prepared for you. My cook will prepare you doggy bags.
Beautiful.
Awesome. You're the best, Big Cheese.
I'm doing what I can.
All right, so there was the asylum, which we just came from. Oh, by the way, Mayor, there are people who are residents of the asylum that are now being uncared for. You might want to send some town guard and potential social workers over to the asylum to assist in the retrieving of those people or the care and assistance of them.
Social workers?
Don't send the guard that we were just talking to. Actually, you should fire him. He's terrible.
Yeah, he needs like 3 months prep time. It's crazy.
But he's just getting started. You're judging too quickly.
Maybe we can all go over there together and we can show you what's happening and figure out what to do.
Sure.
Yeah, the
after we kill
conditions
the big
that
bad
these
monster.
people are living in. Yeah.
Look,
totally.
unfortunately, my priority is not these inmates. There are more people in this city than just them, and this creature is still loose.
That's true.
Our priority should be the spawn.
Guys, fellas, the boys, where do you think we should go first? The church or back to the asylum? Because if we're going to stake out somewhere, there was what? It was the church, it was the asylum, and there was another like residences or couple buildings that we were.
I think we should just sleep right here.
No, I like Bimpkin's idea. We go to the next planned location, which you can clearly see on the map, and then we stake it out, like in a nearby building, sleep there, and wait.
Okay, so which building do we want to be to decide?
What's beside it?
So you've got the town square, which is the main feature of the crown.
Mm-hmm.
On one side of that is the Ossuary Church. The other side is Rag Manor. This is maybe a football field apart. And then deeper into the crown, a few blocks away, you have the asylum.
Oh, okay.
The area that this creature could be hitting is not one building. It's a couple city blocks.
What is the tallest building?
The tallest building is the church.
We stay there, and then we have good vantage point.
That's a good idea.
I like
Oh,
it.
you're so smart.
You should listen to me more.
I always try.
You're good, Knib-Knub. And you pass your head.
All right, so you head across the town square to the church.
Ahem. Doggy bags?
You are handed 4 hefty bags of food. You approach the Ossuary Church, this sprawling monument. It looks very much like a Notre Dame kind of thing. It's got a large bell tower, all of those buttresses, huge stained glass windows. You come up to the double doors, and the priest that has been helping you so far greets you once again at the door.
Hello.
Hello. I'm glad that you're all still all right. We have warmth and safety if you're seeking it.
Yep. Thank you.
And you enter and you can see that the pews of the church are filled with all sorts of displaced people, families and individuals, some of them shivering from the rain and cold outside, all of them working together to take care of each other, share food, make sure that the elderly and the young have, someplace warm to sit next to some lanterns or next to a fireplace.
Is there like some sort of Gargoyles cartoon style loft near the bell tower we could stay in?
Would Bimpkin ask that of the priest?
Yes, I'm wondering, do you have can we stay near bell tower? Is there bell tower on this church? I forget.
Oh, yes, of course. The bell tower, it's our highest point. I mean, if you're looking to keep vantage on the watch on the city, it's the best spot.
Yes, we would like to go there if that's all right.
All right. And he leads you to a side door at the front of the church and gives you access, and you climb these many, many flights of stairs up to this large croft with a huge bronze bell hanging from the ceiling. You can see in all four directions from here a clear vantage of the city as it's shrouded in cloud and mist. You can see the town square in front of you, now empty, except for the couple of guards that are patrolling in front of the Rag Manor. In the distance, you can just make out the roof of Crove Asylum. And if you really squint your eyes, you can kind of make out the tenement block where the 7-ton Matic is.
Is that still intact?
It does look like it is still intact. You do see some of the wreckage from other buildings around town that look like they've been the victim of the spawn, but you see nothing that is active right now.
We probably should have told the mayor. Well, I informed him about the pattern, right? So
I think you were telling him where you wanted your Uber Eats to show up.
Yeah.
So,
I showed him the spiral too. So I'm hoping maybe we can get this area evacuated. If it's in a couple blocks radius, we should tell the priests and
That's a good idea.
Get them to spread the word.
Where will they go? So should they go to where this spiral starts from? Because that'll be the safest place.
Just outside the spiral, right?
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. He said it's a couple block radius, so as long as they're out of those couple blocks, they should be okay.
You let the priests know, and they put their heads together, and they're murmuring back and forth to each other. We can evacuate the area. We can get these people clear. If you're sure, I don't want to incite further panic. One worry that we have is that forcing people to leave the area, especially such a large number of them, may cause a panic. Or if we're short on time, I can do it. But I need you to be sure.
Would you prefer death for all those people?
Of course not.
Maybe just do it slowly, but you don't want to see all these nice mommies and grandmommies and stuff get hurt, right?
Yes, of course. You're right.
So tell them to get out.
What if instead of framing it as they need to leave here because it's unsafe, we suggest that where they're going will be more comfortable and safer? We have a much nicer accommodations. You head over there first, and then we'll start sending more people over to these nicer, more cozy accommodations.
Do you have a suggestion of where that should be?
Just tell them to go home, I guess.
No, we're telling the people in their homes that this is a danger area.
Yeah, we're trying to tell them to go somewhere else.
Yes, you could tell them that it is now not stable anymore because so many buildings are collapsing. They need to evaluate if it's stable. They're worried things might break, ground might give in. But if they leave, nobody gets hurt.
I can scare them out with my teeth.
We don't want to scare them. The thing is, where do we want them to go?
Okay.
Should they go to the asylum's not a good idea.
What's the name of those guys that translated that book for us?
Berkeley and Critchfield?
Yeah, are they far away?
They're in the Tangles, so not super close.
Okay.
What about our home base as well, too?
7-ton Matic.
Maybe we make a flyer saying that, what are those guys' names again? Brooklyn, whatever.
Critchfield. Yeah, and Brookfield or something.
Okay, whatever. Those guys.
Berkeley and Critchfield?
Brooklyn and Critchfield.
Okay. We say they're hosting a raging caker tonight. Everyone in this neighborhood's invited.
That's a good idea.
Zero
we should
panic,
go.
Just party.
Yeah, them and the 10-ton Matic.
All right. So it sounds like you're sure, and you're
Yeah.
going to suggest these couple different locations to the priests.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Wait, before you go, can you please send up 2 people to Bell Tower to keep watch while we snooze?
I can assign some acolytes to do that.
Excellent.
Thank you.
2 young choir boys come up to the bell tower as the priest descends. These boys look like they're, full of energy, ready to keep watch.
All right, guys, No kissing. Stay focused.
You ready
Attention
to
to what
die
you're
for
doing.
the cause?
They both blush.
No singing.
Absolutely, sir. We're ready to do anything. We are going to make sure that this monster doesn't kill anybody else.
Oh,
No,
wow. Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Part of the boys now.
Yes. Yeah, there we go. Tom and the choir boys.
Within the next few minutes, you see the congregation begin to slowly file out of the front and side doors of the cathedral and head out to various sections of the city away from the crown. As late evening begins to approach, you begin your rest. It's tough, probably, after all of this excitement and all of this danger and all of these strange enemies, to just plop down right back down to sleep. You begin to get as comfortable as you can as these two young boys are watching the streets around you. The clouds, still dark above, begin to spit rain that slowly begins to come into a downpour. It gets harder to see the further away buildings, but the oil lanterns in the square keep the front of Rag Manor illuminated in front of you with an eerie sort of orange glow around the walls. What are you guys thinking? You've had a monumental day in terms of enemies and dangers. Does anybody got any strong feelings that they want to share with the group or with us as listeners?
Willen has mostly fear in him now. He's realized he's a lot squishier than he originally thought. Like he said previously, this is kind of like his first foray into real adventuring, and he's taken some pretty big beatings. He's way more cautious than he had been previously, so mostly fear, but he's also emboldened to take this out finally.
The end in sight.
Mm-hmm. The end of his first true adventure.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think Bimpkin's really messed up after seeing the Chaos Beasts, who now he's like, was that the thing I saw back in my house? Was it not? And he thought that when it was killed, he would have like a sense of immediate relief. The thing that he felt like is haunting him would just disappear. And I think it hasn't. And he keeps feeling it around him and seeing it. And I think every time he almost kind of falls asleep, jerks back awake, seeing his face again. And that's basically the only thing that's just repeating in his mind over and over as he's falling asleep.
Frightening.
I think Theobald has a slightly different response to the Chaos Beast. Theobald has more of like a pent-up anger towards that Chaos Beast. He thought finding its source and getting the wolf would set him free, but it didn't. So he's angry that Crove did this thing to me. This thing is like came out of my mind. It did all this harm to all these people, and now there's this one extra thing. Theobald's maybe a little less scared of this last thing than he was of the Chaos Beast, of like finding the wolf. So this last puzzle piece is just sort of like cleaning up the remnants of the thing that was haunting Theo for so long, and now he's just kind of angry and frustrated. Now we got to deal with this last turd, like this stupid thing. He's agitated and he's just trying to fall asleep, but just sort of like, I can't believe we still have this stupid thing to get rid of.
What about Knib-Knub?
Everything that has happened so far, I think, is almost a bit of a blur to Knib-Knub. And he's like, man, there's been a lot of stuff happening lately. I think he's just a little bit confused about everything that's happened, but still very focused on his end goal, which is killing the thing that he envisions killing his mommy. So he's still got to take it out, and he's got his heart set on that goal. He's very exhausted from everything that's happened, but I think he probably like plops down on the floor, has a quick nap, and then he's like back up and like agitated. He would be having a hard time getting to sleep.
All right.
Looking out over the city and then falling back to sleep, doing that every like 5 minutes.
All right, well, let's see what happens during your first couple hours of your rest here. The acolytes watching out over the square, the four of you fitfully attempting to sleep, and you are undisturbed. So you can all tick off that you've had a full, long rest.
Ooh.
Didn't see that coming.
And as you begin to rouse and awaken and look out over this now dark, middle of the night thunderstorm that's taking place across the city, these curtains of water fall, drenching the city, covering the city streets in slick, wet, flooding water in the gutters and mud in the streets. Lightning cracks illuminating the steeples and the sloped roofs of the tenement buildings throughout town. You see the flags of Rag Manor whipping in the wind. And you look down and you see a single lone figure trudging through the square, sloshing through the puddles. They appear to be quite small, wearing a heavy coat with a hood drawn high, and they are heading straight for the church.
Theobald leaves the bell tower to go meet this person, or this small figure, at the entrance of the church.
Does anybody go with him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go down.
Okay.
Either way, Tom.
Acolytes, keep an eye out, because if we're all leaving, somebody needs to keep
If you
an eye out
see
for...
anything crazy, ring that giant bell.
They nervously nod. Yes, yes, of course, sir. And one of them grabs onto the rope of the bell while the other watches over the edge.
I salute them.
The four of you descend the stairs of the bell tower. You step through into the open, now empty cathedral where even the priests are no longer awake. And you step through those double doors back out into the rain just as this small figure gets to the front steps. The hunched, slow-moving creature steps up and raises his hands to its hood and pulls them back, and you see that is the old halfling Berkeley. He's quivering and shivering in the rain. He steps closer to you to get out of the rain and beneath the vestibule. Heroes, there's something terrible I have to tell you.
Is it about the Rager?
Who?
All the people we sent your way.
No, something that happened before that.
Okay.
You know how you entrusted Arland Hive to us to kill?
Yes.
Well, I have some good news and some bad news.
Did you kill him or not?
The good news is that we did kill him.
Okay.
Okay. That's good.
Bad news goes back quite a few years. You see, Critchfield suffers from a particular condition. Years ago, in our adventuring days, he was turned to a vampire.
Oh boy.
When we were young lads adventuring, Critchfield was turned by a vampire, afflicted with a curse to never be able to look upon the light of the sun again and thirst after the blood of living creatures. We figured, and I've been keeping Critchfield placated and alive for all this time, and he's my best friend, and he fed solely on me for this time. But we saw an opportunity with Hive to give me a bit of a break. Unfortunately, when Critchfield bit him and began to first draw his blood, something of the ancient magics that had pervaded Hive, something tying him to the spawn of Yog-Sothoth, it entered him. That energy has changed him. And now I fear that he holds that same attachment to the spawn that Hive once did.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening once again to The House on Carrion Hill. If you want to support the show, there are a few ways to do that. Number one is to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Steal your mom's phone. Give us a review.
Do it.
Find us on social media at The House of Bob on Twitter and Instagram, or you can even join the Discord and chat with us and other fans about the show and a whole bunch of other stuff. You can support us on Patreon. Your monetary support is able to help us make this show week after every other week. I'd like to thank our existing patrons who make this show possible. Bits of Cake, James, Thomas, Mortimer, Ben, Connor, Pedrick, Brandon, Team Eamon, Pavel, Christine, Tom, Elias, Mark, Jessica, Scooter, Tyler, Josh, Keith, Bluckett12, Tom, Jessica, Kieran, Mike, Sylvia, and Luke. Artwork for this episode was by me, Shaun Makes. Audio production and sound design credit goes to Astronomic Audio, and music for this episode is by Mike Hammock. Roll on. He is bleeding.
Well, that's nice, but that wasn't the initiative order, Shaun.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe Willen was about to die.
Yeah, but Knib-Knub was supposed to go, and then me. And then you could have said your thing.
It's my turn. I'm throwing healing potions all over him.
The glass shatters, slicing his arteries.
Isn't that how you use them?
All 4 of his arteries are slashed.
That's how you always use stuff.
Actually,
and for my spell, I took... Are we sharing spells?
Up to you.
Is that too much?
Please share. Hero point. Roll a natural 20, and then it turns out punching is just how these guys communicate.
It's a Theobald.
I'm pretty sure it's just random, you guys.
Knib-Knub, you fool. It is clearly a spiral.
Yeah, you're just seeing what you want to see, man.
I take out a marker and I draw a spiral following the thing.
Whoa, I see it.
The mayor looks at it and goes, I thought it was a cat.
Mayor, you fool.
Makes so much sense now.
All right, my liege.
You're rounding up all the cats and killing them.
I was going to say, are you sure that was the beast and not just us?
I mean, they marked it, whether it was the damage you did or not, but it seems to fit the pattern that Willen is finding. Single lone figure. A single lone figure trudging through...
Sorry, I'm thinking about a single lone finger. I'm sorry.
Single lone finger. Trudging through the square.
That thing's flipping me off.
Sloshing through the puddles.
So you killed him, but he's not he's now undead.
No, let me finish.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Now we have to fight a vampire and...
This is terrible.
No!
Oh my god. Gotta kill more people.
Gotta kill another guy.
And a vampire?
Just kill your friend.
We're in a church. They have to have stakes.
Yeah. He can't walk into church, right? He's a vampire. Isn't that a
No,
holy
his
place?
friend is a vampire. He can walk in.
No, I mean, his friend can't come in here. Oh,
No.
but we got to go kill the friend before the invisible monster kisses the friend.
All right, I'm going to do the outro.
All right, stupid.
I told you we should have killed him ourselves. I was so fucking adamant about that. And you were all like, no, let them do it. Let them do it. You were dragging me away.
Well, if this isn't way funnier, then I don't know.